What's up, y'all? Andrew from Not On Sundays back here with another homebrew. If you watched my last Homebrew Wednesday video, you saw, it was 24 Ounce Tuesday. You saw that Barry from the Brewed Palate sent me a bunch of beers. So this is the first one I'm going to get to try. I'm pretty excited about it. It looks bottle conditioned and it's only been sitting for like a day and a half or so. So if it's hazy and it's not supposed to be, Barry, I apologize, but I was excited to get into this one. That's why I chose it first. This is the Tart Tints Saison, part of what he calls the Hidden 36 series. Let me read this label real quick. It's kind of cool. It says, "Welcome to the Hidden 36 series, a collection of HIBC, which is his initials for his brewery name, a collection of HIBC beers brewed in order to test new recipes and explore variations on classic beer styles. For the third beer in this series, I chose to try out a yeast blend from the Yeast Bay called Farmhouse Sour Ale. The addition of lactobacillus means that this beer would need to age a bit before dry hopping with Sriracha hops and bottling, hence the name Tart Tints. Each time the beer was and will be tasted, its tartness will be more well-rounded." Interesting, man. So I was also warned. He sent me kind of a sheet with some details on it. He says the beer might be really sour and it might be overcarbonated. So I'm going to be careful as I open this, but we'll see about too sour because that's a little difficult with me. But yeah, dry hopped with Sriracha is pretty awesome. 6% ABV. Let's give this a shot. I don't know the date, so I don't know how old it is. That's my only thing that I didn't really get from any of his descriptions, but we'll see. Woo! Holy shnikes. Quick hands saved a lot. Oh, my goodness. And it almost got my phone. Wow. Well, you can smell it. It's pronounced sourness on the nose. I'm gonna let this thing settle down a bit and see if I can get some more of this in this bottle, and I'll be right back, y'all. Woo! Barry, you got me, man. Hey, you warned me, right? We're back. Sorry about that. So, got the rest in the bottle. So a couple things right off the bat. It was definitely bottle conditioned, and it looked like it was bottled in whatever fashion it was. Whether it was off the keg, it would have been probably pretty newly off the keg. So I'm almost 100% sure this was bottle conditioned, because you still got not only some yeast in the bottom, which got kicked up by the near explosion, and some actual hop particles. So, one, it's nicely carbonated. I can tell a lot of bubbles rising up, which for a Saison is a nice quality. You like having a nice, not quite effervescent, but a nice carbonation to it. So that's cool, but it's keeping everything suspended. So you got some hop particles in there. A lot of that, again, probably because I didn't let it sit for a long time, and it went off like a rocket. But anyway, let's get into this thing. So like I said, when it first went off and spilled, there's a pronounced sourness to it. And you know what? It's not my favorite nose. And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of times when you do lactobacillus beers, and it's more often when you see them in Berliner Weisses, so when you do like a kettle soured beer, and you start out with a lot of lactobacillus, which I think is what might have happened. I think the lactobacillus probably took hold really quickly, is what I'm imagining happened here. And then the sack came up and ended up cleaning it up afterwards. Because I smell a touch of like a butyric acid, which, and this is going to sound terrible, it just ever so slightly vomity, like bile kind of smell. It's not really bad. It's really not. It's not that bad, but you can definitely smell it. And that's kind of overpowering most of the nose. You can smell just a little bit of maybe hoppy citrusness underneath it, but not a ton of Saison character. Okay, so on the aroma. Let's see about the taste. Let's get in this thing. Whoa. Dude. That's actually really good. And I was totally preparing myself for real issues. Wow, that is incredibly unique. Okay, so one, it's carbonated really well. Like after the initial, like it was over-carbonated, obviously. But once like all that kind of got out of its system, right where it's sitting at now, I've sat with it for a minute. And it's nicely carbonated. And the mouth feels really nice. But this thing is crazy tasting. So getting any of that butyric acid in the nose is not in the taste whatsoever. So that's awesome. No off flavors in the taste is from as far as that lacto character, that butyric acid. But wow, that's unique. It is tart. I've had a lot of like really sour beers, and I wouldn't consider this really sour. It's nice and tart. In my world, this is nicely tart. So maybe a little bit more tart than your normal beer drinker might enjoy, but this is in my wheelhouse. It's really nice. But apart from that, the flavors are awesome. So you don't get a lot of Saison quality to it, or farmhouse. I think it's more farmhouse than Saison. So if I've steered astray there, forgive me. Ish, the same thing, but not really. I understand. This thing tastes like it's got a lot of like lemony character. It's got a lot of almost a lime character. So it's almost got this like tango of lemon, lime, and then it's almost got a touch of like ginger in there. Hot particle. Gosh, it almost doesn't even taste like a beer. It almost tastes like a really well-crafted, cool, carbonated, alcoholic Coke, like soft drink. Because it's got so much, almost like lemon, lime, ginger to it. With just a little bit of underlying kind of dry hopped character to it. That's kind of hard to describe when it's not in a hop forward beer. Dude, that is really good. For my personal tastes, I wish the nose was a little bit different, because at first that's a little off-putting, because and again, it's not terrible, but it's not really pleasing either. But the taste is fantastic. Like, it's really, really cool. Wow. Cheers, Barry. Dude, this thing is ridiculously cool. And unlike anything I've ever tasted before, in a good way. You could literally give this to me blindfolded, and I would not guess that it's a beer. And if that's not to be offensive or anything, that goes to the uniqueness of this. And here I am rambling. Again, I can't do a short video. I can't just do a 4-minute, 5-minute video. It's got to be 8 minutes. It's got to be 10 minutes. Chris, I love you, buddy. Victor Brews, it can't be short. Guys, Barry from the Brewed Palate. I've got a bunch more beers in the fridge that I'm going to get to try from this. If this is any indication except for the carbonation issue and a little bit of aroma, dude, this is fantastic. Thank you for sending this. I appreciate it. And I'm pumped about drinking the rest of this thing and getting into the rest of them sometime soon. Cheers, Barry. Guys, go check out Barry at the Brewed Palate. Go check out his channel. And I'm excited to get in the rest of these beers. Cheers, y'all. Have a great night.